I am Mary Zoso, and I am offering a class called Unraveling Sexual Shame. And someone told me earlier this week that it was really helpful for them when I kind of showed my outline for it and all of the things and activities and things that we want to do. It was helpful for them to really understand what it's about and also figure out if it's a good fit for them. So I thought I would make a little video kind of doing that same thing so other people can figure that out for themselves as well. So it starts this Saturday, January 10th from 11 to 12:45 in the morning Eastern time. And it's 6 weeks. So the last class is on Valentine's Day. So you can be, a little bit, a little more free of your shame by Valentine's Day, ideally. So I'm going to pull up my outline here and share the screen. There it is. So this is what we're going to do. The first week, we're facing it straightforwardly and honestly. So shame is like super shadowy. It does not want you to like meet it directly. So there's a little shadow work. There's a 3 letters activity that I want to do, a little writing activity that involves, we write 1 letter to our shame, and it can be just as angry and uncensored and awful, all the like frustration that you have with it. Just get that out. 1 letter to, I wrote down God. It can be kind of a higher power. It can be to the universe. It can be to, some part of yourself, whatever feels right to you. This whole thing does not need to be God related or religious. And then 1 letter to your inner child. And that process really does something. It's a like weirdly powerful process. I also want to do an activity that I'm calling, and other people I think call, compassionate welcoming. It's kind of a meditation practice where we kind of welcome the shame and just let it come up. We don't have to do anything with it. Just let it be there. Just kind of feel it. And that goes a long way to making it feel less scary. So that's the first week. There will be some other activities in there too. Second week, sharing it openly with others. So this can feel very scary. No one has to share anything at all. I don't want anyone to share things that they don't feel safe sharing. But I'm hoping to kind of open it up with sort of a 12-step style, the 12-step style norms of sharing. So we'll have kind of a set time limit depending on how many people we have, maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. And you can just talk about whatever is coming up for you. And other people ideally will not be responding to that. So it's not a discussion. It's just saying what is coming up for you. And the kind of magical thing that happens when we do this is when we see other people share, we see these parallels and we feel less alone. And then we can kind of avoid some of the feelings of judgment and things like that, the fear of judgment. So I find that practice to be very powerful. And we will do that again throughout the course. Hopefully have several opportunities to share in that way. So you don't have, it's not just one chance, but that's kind of the first day that we sort of introduce it. And then I'm calling it Taming Your Shamelin. There's a book called Taming Your Gremlin that I kind of convert a little to other things. And so we're kind of noticing our shame and trying to see what it looks like and what its characteristics are, and are there any messages or feelings that are coming up around it. Are we feeling any judgment or fear or other things toward it? So it's just noticing, not engaging, and that can be really useful um, to be able to see it and kind of bring it into the light, but not get caught up in it and tangled up in it. So that can be a really powerful practice as well. Then in the third week, we're going to actually address it and talk to it directly, and with love and compassion and curiosity, because it's there for a reason. There's something maybe that it's trying to protect us from, could be trying to protect us from social ostracization, for example. Or, there could be lots of things going on there. But yeah, so we're going to kind of bring up all the compassion we can muster and try to have a conversation. So this is kind of a parts work sort of thing. And we'll do a little of that. And then there's this type of meditation that I kind of made up a few years ago for myself that I like to call snuggling with God, the way I do it. There are lots of different ways that we can do it, but essentially the purpose of it is to try to feel loved, like receive love from the universe or from some imaginary puppy or whatever it is. So we do that, and then we come back and we do a little more curious conversation. And that I find the conversation is very different after I do that meditation practice. So that's week 3. Week 4, we're trying to open up our hearts and really listen. So not clouded by fear, like trying to really, really hear what it has to say. So we'll do a little more of that kind of conversation, and really kind of really get to the root of why it's there and what it wants for us. All of the kind of positive things that it actually wants to be enacting in our lives. And then this activity, I'm calling it Emanating Loving Shame, which is a funny name for it, maybe. But so here where it's kind of a metta practice, like loving kindness practice, only instead of just love in general that we're sending out into the world and also towards us, we're kind of wishing the positive aspects of shame. So shame, maybe wants us to feel accepted and feel loved and have connection. Like that might be its purpose. So we can kind of make up our own mantras. The metta ones are usually something like, may you be happy, may you be at ease, things like that. So this could be, may you feel accepted, may you feel belonging, something like that. So we'll be kind of doing a little meditative thing where we're sort of sending that out into the universe and also directing it at ourselves. Let's see, then week 5, seeking wholeness and dropping the walls of compartmentalization. So we tend to compartmentalize sex in general, and especially anything having to do with shame. Shame is like really working at isolating us. And so we're trying to drop these walls, which can be difficult and scary, but hopefully we can do it together a little bit. So we'll kind of discuss the different ways that we compartmentalize sexuality, especially the things that we feel shame about, and different strategies for maybe letting go of some of that. And the kind of meditation visualization activity for this week, I call it Let the Lava Flow. So the idea is, it's kind of like the compassionate welcoming that we did in the first session, but much bigger, letting it be as intense as it needs to be, which sounds scary. But the way I like to picture it is, when I was a kid, when I was in 5th grade, my younger sister was in this gifted and talented program, and she just had way too much homework, and our parents were not helpful with it. And she would just cry like all the time because she was so frustrated. And one day our parents were out, and it was just me and her, and she was like really working herself up to some big tears. And I was like, all right, hold on, just you stop, go take a break, watch some TV or something, give me a minute. And I went and covered the back porch with newspapers, and I got all the condiments out of the fridge, and our house was absolutely spotless all the time. There were no messes. That was not a thing that was done. So I went and got my sister, and I handed her the ketchup and the mustard and pointed at the newspapers, and I said, make a mess, just go crazy. And she looked at me like, what? And I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about cleaning it up. Just go nuts. And so she did for like 20 minutes, and she had a blast. And I think I had to like get her clothes and put them in the laundry too before our mom saw it. But yeah, I cleaned everything up, and she just happily went and did her homework. And so the idea here is, our shame is this frustrated, kind of repressed child, and we're letting it out, and we're letting it be messy, and we're letting it be whatever it needs to be, and meeting it with love and acceptance. So that's the idea there. And I have kind of just to sort of wind down after that, because it can be kind of intense. It's kind of a body scan, but with touch. So it's like meditation, but where you touch each thing that you're kind of relaxing, which can be a very calming, grounding exercise. And then the last session will be on Valentine's Day. We are really trying to recognize the beauty in this shame character, and expressing gratitude for it, and kind of giving it the space to grow and like be a positive part of our lives. And we will do that 3 letters activity again. And the letter to shame could be more like a love letter kind of thing. We'll see how it goes. It depends on, where we're at individually with it. But then we'll do some gratitude practice kind of in general, and also kind of tie up whatever loose ends. So that's kind of the structure for the class, and everyone has a free coaching session, one-on-one session with me that's included in the tuition. My sliding scale applies, which is like, you'd be surprised how affordable it is if you take a look at it. But that's kind of what's going on. Maximum 10 people in the class, so it'll be a small group, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun and really powerful. So I guess that's all. DM me or schedule a free intro call if you have more questions, and I hope to see you there. Bye.